Welcome everyone to the game between Arjun Erigaisi and Teimour Radjabov at the FIDE World Blitz Championships 2025. Absolutely in scintillating form is Arjun Erigaisi. He's on 13.5 points out of 17. He's leading this tournament by a massive 1 point margin. You can think about it that he's 1.5 points ahead of Magnus Carlsen even. So clearly a draw here is a fine result for Arjun, because after all you have to finish in top 4 to reach the semi-finals and finals. He's facing Teimour Radjabov, one of the best players a decade ago in the world, and clearly a top player even now. Radjabov, known for his King's Indian defense, fantastic player from Azerbaijan. This will be a very interesting clash of generations here. The players are ready. It's 3 minutes plus 2 seconds increment. And there we have it, a handshake, and off we go. Arjun goes pawn to d4, knight f6, c4. Look at the speed at which Arjun is playing. It might seem like I have fast forwarded the video, but nothing like that. Arjun is in the zone, and we have the King's Indian defense on the board. Castles, bishop g5. Arjun goes for b2 bg5 line. Is this called the Auerbach variation? I'm just trying to recollect. Maybe it is queen e8 coming out of this pin so that you can play e5 without a worry. Knight a6. Radjabov trying to be very subtle here. The knight will then come to the c5 square after the move e5. Playing on the dark squares is the idea there. And Arjun pauses there a bit. He plays his pawn to h3. A useful move generally. Let's say h6, bishop h4, g5, bishop g3, and then you attack the bishop. My bishop can drop back to the h2 square. e5 played in the center, pawn to d5, and now you can see Radjabov's knight comes into the position. Knight to d2, defending the e4 pawn. We have a5, cementing the knight on the c5 square. And now the bishop can drop back to e3. Look at this knight. Pawn to g4 played. This is very interesting. And look at the speed at which Teimour is playing now. Queen c2, defending the pawn on e4, pawn to c6. So with g4, Arjun has stopped the ideas. Bishop e3, he comes back. And rook to c8 played. Look, Radjabov is like on fire here. So g4 was played essentially so that f5 is not easily possible. But in doing so, you now no longer can easily castle short. Castling long comes with its own danger, with the rook standing right opposite the queen. So what is Arjun planning? Where is his king going here? Arjun Erigaisi is so brave. He castles long. Insane. And so if you take, by the way, you cannot take back with the c pawn, because then you have like take on e4, you have b5, b4. That would be terrible. So taking means you have to take back with the e pawn. And maybe there Arjun is smart, because he is saying that after take, you don't have the f5 square for your pieces. It's very interesting play. He takes on d5, pawn takes on d5 here. And pawn to e4 played right into the center there by Teimour. He's looking, I'm pretty sure, to sacrifice some material with knight d3 check, I guess. King goes to b1. Maybe a better move was bishop takes, then g5, and then winning the pawn on e4. But okay, king b1, a4 played. Not the best move there. You had to maybe find something like knight a4 takes, bishop a4, and black is doing really well. But he plays pawn to a4. The right square, but the wrong piece. And now g5 and bishop c5. Yes, he finds it. g5 on the board. The central pawn is falling. Knight jumps to h5. And Arjun first takes the h5 knight. Then now time for the c5 knight to fall. Yes, he takes it. And Radjabov is kind of stunned, because it's a very offbeat solution that Arjun has done. In 2 moves, he's given up both his bishops. And now take on e4 with this knight. Yes, attacking the rook and the pawn. Bishop f5, pinning here. I mean, if you want to play f3 here, king h8 and black is better. But there's a tactic. which Radjabov has missed. Knight f6 check. Pawn takes, queen takes f5. And Arjun is calculating his way through here. Can he find this move? King h8. Knight f6 check, not f3. Whoa, finds it. Wow, Arjun is in such good shape. Queen takes f5. Now the bishop is hanging here on f6. The knight is ready to jump into the e4 square, attacking the d6 pawn, coming into f6. And this is really, really bad news for Teimour Radjabov here. He hardly has moves to play. Maybe he has to go back. He has to come bishop e5 or bishop e7. He goes bishop g7. But now knight e4, attacking the rook. As we said, there's a fork if you take the pawn on c4. I mean, what to do but where to go with the rook? Takes on c4. But knight d6, aren't you losing material? Knight takes d6. And Arjun chops it off. Knight takes d6. And maybe Radjabov wanted queen e2 to threaten mate here, but knight c4 not only captures the rook but also defends the pawn. So queen e2 played, knight c4, queen takes c4. Arjun is not just an exchange up, he's also pawn up. Everything is just perfect for him. Comes back with his queen. A good move, just offering a trade of queens. You can't take it, you need to keep the queen on the board. Queen b5, and now it's time to push the pawn. Maybe just have to worry about a3, so a3 played. Stopping black's a3, and Arjun knows that if he makes good moves, he's winning. Rook d8, d6. Yes, pushes forward, pawn to d6, bishop f8. And now, maybe queen d3. Rook comes up to d3. He takes on d6. Arjun's like, thank you so much. I'm trading pieces. More pieces that come off the board, the better it is for me. And the art of conversion, always in blitz, very important. You get winning positions, but if you are not careful, things can go wrong. Oh, he makes a mistake. Bishop a3 can come in. I'm not sure if Arjun missed it. Maybe he saw that rook check, and if king here, then he can give a check. But bishop f8 is coming. But Radjabov misses it. He plays bishop e5. That was a chance there. f4 played. And he takes on f4. What is Arjun doing here? Is he trying to kind of mess things up? Rook to d4 played. Okay, attacking the bishop and the pawn. Arjun is being slightly, it's slightly difficult for him to convert this, but now he's taking the pawn on a4. Queen takes a4. Check. King a2. Queen takes h3. So now all the pawns have been cleaned up. Materially, black is doing well. Queen d7 played. Offering a trade of queens, also attacking the pawn on b7. Can Radjabov afford to trade queens? And you can see he has 33 seconds. He sees an opportunity here. Queen takes, rook takes, h4, h3, h2. Can he push forward? Queen e3. He goes back. Rook to d3. And now he goes queen e5. And Arjun now chops off the important pawn. H pawn is rushing down the board. Queen d5. Queen comes back. Rook to f3. Attacking f7. Oh, you can't protect everything, can you? And queen f5, offering a trade of queens. This time it seems like the offer cannot be refused. Radjabov goes, oh, he refuses it. Now everything is pretty locked up here. He starts pushing his a pawn, Arjun. Rook d3. Oh, he was confused. He plays rook d3, queen e8. And now queen d5 check. King comes up, queen d7 check. Trades the queens. King g6, a5 played, and king to h5. Arjun is like, let me push the a pawn as far as I can. Maybe rook h7. Oh, Arjun has 2 seconds. Takes, rook takes. h6. b4 is a bit tensed here. King b3. He's coming back with his rook there to defend. b6 pushed. Man, that was very, very nervous conversion by Arjun, but he did it. And Radjabov there goes back in his chair. He knows that he was outplayed in this game, but Arjun Erigaisi, well, he played really, really well here in the opening and middle game, and he managed to beat Teimour Radjabov's King's Indian, the opening for which Radjabov is famed for. He's well known all across the world for this opening, and it's absolutely amazing what he has built with the black pieces. But here Arjun showing that he's well prepped and he can beat the best in the business.